Why would a dork like me go to town on this arcade classics joust with a screwdriver and a soldering iron? Stick around and you're gonna find out.
Don't you know that you're a grown up? No games, no puns. Not allowed if you're a grown up.
Hey, welcome back to GenXGrownUp. I'm John. I am a GenXGrownUp. Thanks for checking out the video and the channel. You know I've been taking a look at a lot of these really cool little handheld tabletop arcade machines, both the My Arcades and the basic fun arcade classics. But not only have I been buying them when I see them, I've been kind of keeping my eye on the news to see like what's coming up next. So when Joust came out, which is number 8, as you can see here, I was very excited to know that number 9, right around the corner, number 9 was gonna be Defender, another Williams classic. But what do you call this, basic fun? This is not Defender. This is number 9, but this is Galaga, which we took a look at in a video the other day compared to My Arcade. You can take a look in the corner if you want to see that. That's not the point. The point is I was expecting Defender for number 9, and instead Galaga came out. So being the kind of dork that I am, I did a little research online, tried to find out what happened to Defender. And while I can't tell you why it wasn't number 9, could have been a licensing issue or manufacturing problems or whatever, what I did find out is what is not entirely uncommon with consumer electronics like this is the same board for Joust is the board they use for Defender. And in fact, Defender is on the board. It just takes a little bit of tinkering, a little bit of hacking. I'm not good at that kind of thing, but if I get a chance to try to tear apart a Joust and turn it into a Defender and stick it to the system, am I gonna? Yeah, I am. Right now I'm gonna. So here is our friend Joust. I guess let's take a quick look at it before I decimate it and possibly render it unplayable anymore. Just crack it open. Standard fare for these little arcade classics. Yeah, you got a power, you got a volume toggle. It's like, again, a 4-way joystick. Got a start button and a flap button. No external power, but batteries included. So you pluck that and you're out of demo mode. Something cool to like about this one actually is that the side art isn't so squished. They just kind of cropped it a little bit on the side, so it's much taller than it is in a lot of these. You've got to see how Joust plays, just in case it doesn't work ever again. That looks like Joust. Push start to play. This looks like another, not NES, but kind of remade ROM, which I gotta say I'm a fan of. Oh yeah. Oh, wow, I can't believe I survived that. And it's horizontal, which Joust should be, so that's good. Okay. Man, you got a rapid fire on that flap button. The flap is not as energetic as it is in the real game, so you gotta really hammer it. This does not control well, I don't mind telling you. This is a tough Joust to play. Oh, God, and the pterodactyl, no. Okay. All right, so that's Joust. I think it's kind of not a great version of Joust. So I don't feel real bad about possibly destroying it. So let's get after that. I think it is fairly safe to say that I don't know what the hell I am doing. So let's just get after it and start dismantling wherever I can find a screw. Yeah, there's our super cheapo batteries. You know, it's better than nothing, not complaining. All right, let's continue. I see 4 screws here across the back, so let's get those out. Okay, all 4 screws out. Let's see what surprises await me. Hey, it comes right apart, hooray! And buttons are falling everywhere. Let's see what we got here. What is this? It's a button for something. A controller button. I don't know what that was for. Looks like it's attached to the back. Tension thing for the, I have no idea what that is. Okay, it's a thing that fell off. We'll figure that out. All right, here's a look at the interior of this Joust. Obvious, this is upside down right now, but you can see up here, you got a speaker. Here's where the power and volume is. Here's the main board, and the monitor behind there. What we're interested in is J1, which you can see right there. We need to solder across J1 and close that circuit. People who really know what they're doing secure a project like this using a helping hands device like quad hands. Unfortunately, I'm not the kind of person who really knows what he's doing, but I do have this awesome quad hands that our friends over at Quad Hands sent us some time ago, and I've been itching for a cool way to use it, and I'm going to use it right now to try to turn this Joust into a Defender. Now, I am not too proud to admit that when it comes to soldering, I am right up there with the world's worst possible. But hopefully, I can solder together just these two little jumpers. We'll see. Wish me luck. Come on. I might have done it. I might have done it. See, J1 there appears to have closed its circuit, but there's no way to know without giving it a shot. All right, I have so squished some batteries in the back. I don't know what the parts that fell out are, but moment of truth. Let's see what we get. Does it work? Defender! Look at that! Oh my God! Okay. All right. I'm gonna put it back together, and then we're gonna find out what the hell Defender looks like on an Arcade Classics. Remember this little thing that fell out? And I'm like, I don't know what that is. I figured out what that is. So there's the little reset button here that this goes into, and it's gonna push this button that's here on the motherboard to reset. Factory reset, I guess. So, alrighty, let's tighten these all down. Here's our formerly Joust, now Defender. You know, what baffles me is how they're doing Defender on what's basically a joystick and one button. I mean, if you remember the arcade Defender, it had like 7 buttons and a joystick, and I don't know. I mean, the Atari did Defender with just a joystick and one button, so I guess it's possible. The other thing that's possible is that the motherboard has Defender on it, but the cabinet they intended to have Defender on it, maybe it had more than one button. So, unsure exactly what's going to happen, but can't wait to find out. All right, let's power it up. There's our Defender. Working like a Defender. This is cool. I mean, this is sticking it to the man. You don't want me to have Defender? I've got Defender. Let's see. Yeah. One joystick, one. Okay, fire. All right, so at least I can move forward. So there's no thrust button, so I can move forward with a... You know, this is not a terrible Defender. So reverse and thrust, that's 2 buttons. Fire, that gets 3 buttons out of the way. Ah, mutant. You know, already I can tell you this is a better Defender than... Wait. This is Stargate. There's no warp like that in Defender. How do I use smart bombs? Maybe hold down? No. I have smart bombs. That's pause. Yeah, I don't know how in the world, because there's hyperspace and there's smart bombs, all part of this game. I don't know how you would do that. But this is, yeah, the fact that there's a warp, yeah, that's straight up Stargate. Yeah, that sure shall be a warp. And I'm not complaining. It's Stargate and Defender, same game, just later. Ouch. And now I'm dead. And there's no such thing as that Defender song. This is yet another, like, kind of reimagined ROM almost. You know what I mean? Whoa! I couldn't save him. Sorry, you're a mutant. You're dead. I mean, we got around 3 or 4 buttons, but, yeah, there's just too much. And smart bombs are up here. You can see them. We just can't, we just can't do it. Wow. All right, I don't care who you are, that's just cool. We took this Joust and we were able to successfully, despite my lack of soldering skills, turn it into a Defender. I didn't undo it, I just left it. I mean, the Joust we looked at, kind of subpar. I'd rather have it as a Defender, and that's how I left it. I might pick up another Joust if I see one on clearance, just so I have one of each. And maybe Defender's gonna come out a little bit later. Who knows? But I'll be ahead of the curve. To be honest now, what I should have done if I was halfway competent with this kind of electronics project was to solder in a little switch so I could switch it back and forth from Defender to Joust and cut a hole with a Dremel and wired that up with a little hot. I didn't do any of that stuff. None of that. I'm not that talented, and really, I think it's more interesting, the fact that we were able to kind of tinker and turn it into something it wasn't supposed to be. I'm pretty sure that if this ever officially gets released, Defender as an Arcade Classics numbered release, they're gonna have to have more than just the joystick and the fire button. As you saw, we couldn't really find a way to do hyperspace or smart bombs, and it appeared to be Stargate, which is kind of cool too, but you know, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing me tinker around and turn this Joust into a Defender. Let me know if it's something you would ever do, or if you've done it, if you're successful. Based on my video, I'd love to hear about it. Hey, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Gen X Grown Up is dedicated to bringing you new Generation X inspired videos every week. Here are a couple more you can watch right now, but for even more, subscribe and enable those notifications. And if you love what we do, we invite you to support us over on Patreon. And of course, your feedback in the comments and a quick thumbs up are always appreciated.